Come January 15th, 45,000 union dock workers may shut down all East and Gulf Coast ports if the shipping companies don't meet their demands. Here's what you need to know. Let's remember what happened the first time. The shipping companies, represented by the U.S. Maritime Alliance, or USMX, had effectively stalled at the bargaining table since February 2023. With no other options left, union dock workers stood up and shut down all ports from New York to Miami to Houston, halting 70% of all East and Gulf Coast shipping and costing corporations as much as $4.5 billion per day. The strike made most of corporate America panic. Chambers of Commerce and the National Association of Manufacturers called for the government to invoke Taft-Hartley to end the strike. The corporate-owned media demonized dock workers 6 ways to Sunday for hurting American workers.
Are you worried this could crush the supply chain ahead of the holiday shopping season?
And anti-union politicians, like Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, even called in the State National Guard, to attempt to break the strike. After 3 long days, the dock workers scored tentative agreements with impressive 62% raises over the life of the contract and agreed to a 90-day extension to pause the strike and return to the table to reach a deal. However, their central fight remained unresolved, preventing the introduction of automation on the docks. Why is this issue so important? Because the ILA has seen this before, when their jobs were slashed with the introduction of containerization in the 60s and 70s. Previously, it would take 20 to 30 longshoremen a few days to unload a ship. But after introducing shipping containers, the same job would only take 6 to 8 workers a matter of hours. At this point, the bosses could either shorten everyone's workday and keep the same pay, or cut most of the jobs and add the difference to fatten corporate profits. Unsurprisingly, the bosses chose their profits and laid off huge portions of the workforce, leaving as many as 95% of dock workers without work. The country's largest port in New York and New Jersey went from over 35,000 longshoremen in mid-century before containerization to just over 3,500 by the mid-1970s. After seeing new automated systems eliminating the remaining jobs in other ports around the world, the ILA has put down a thick red line against the unmitigated introduction of automation on the docks. Despite reassurances from USMX in October to leave automation off the table, the companies have gone back on their word, and negotiations have once again broken down as a result. Now the contract is set to expire again on January 15th. If no agreement is reached by then, dock workers will shut down all the East and Gulf Coast ports once more. Right from the start, the same forces will try again to break the strike. DeSantis' order calling in the State National Guard to preserve the operation of the port remains in effect. If history or common sense has taught us anything, it's that sending in scabs to do a highly skilled and dangerous job is only courting disaster. This time, their strike would only be 5 days before Trump's inauguration. While the Biden administration felt the pressure from corporate elites to invoke Taft-Hartley to end the strike, they realized it would be politically unviable for them to take such an aggressive anti-union action only weeks ahead of the November election. Earlier this month, Trump expressed support for the ILA in their contract fight. How this statement will hold up if the potential strike prolongs into his new term remains to be seen. The fight against automation has become crystal clear on the docks, but the same fight is impacting more and more workers across the country, from hospitals to warehouses and restaurants to classrooms. Please donate to support our coverage of this fight and every other front of our struggle against the bosses and corporate greed at patreon.com/laborontheline. It's only with your donations that we're able to produce high-quality media to tell these stories. We could do it with you, but not without you. We'll be heading to the ports to join workers ahead of and during the strike. Stay tuned for more on this fight.